Yo, what's up, guys? So, just woke up, took a shower first thing in the morning because I felt crusty as shit. And today's gonna be a long awaited full day of eating video. So, we're gonna get straight into meal one, which is gonna be breakfast. Well, it's gonna be flipped over a little bit, right? Because I'm training early today. So, we're gonna have a pre workout meal first, and then after I lift, it's gonna be breakfast. But all these meals are like interchangeable, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter the time of the day that you eat them, it matters that you eat them, right? So, we're gonna have a pre training meal. But like I said, normally if it's like a school day or some shit, or like I have like a long day ahead of me and I'm not just free all day to like lift right after my first meal, then I would be eating breakfast first, which is gonna be my post workout meal. But anyways, let's go make a pre-training meal. All right, boom. So we have our pre-training meal. I don't know if you guys really give a fuck about the measurements, but it is 105 grams of cream of rice, 31 grams of protein powder, which is just one scoop. And normally I only do like 21 grams of honey, but I was feeling a little bit flat today, so I need to carb the fuck up for this legendary lift. Big ass pump today for show. So we did like fucking 35 grams of honey in that bitch. So good ass amount of carbs in here. Like 7 grams of salt. I don't know if that's like healthy or how much sodium that is, but every time I do this shit, pre-training, I always get like the biggest fucking pumps. So guys, let me know how much sodium is in 7 grams of salt. Himalayan pink salt specifically. But yeah, we're just gonna eat this up, let it digest, get ready, and then take our pre-workout of choice today, which you guys will be seeing probably in the next clip. Um, that shit hits hard as fuck. So yeah, let's just eat this up and then get ready, go to the gym. Yeah, yeah, you can taste the salt for sure. It's a big ass flavor enhancer, but you know, whatever to get a pump, right? Doing anything to get a fucking pump. Oh, and then also, first thing every single morning, I'll fill up my jug of water, glass, by the way, avoiding these microplastics. No microplastics in the Big 26, right? And then we put a scoop, actually 2 scoops of Echo-Light in there so we can get our hydration flowing ASAP right as we start our days because, you know, while you're sleeping like 8 to 9 hours a night, you're dehydrated for 8 to 9 hours. So the best thing to do right as you wake up, get your electrolytes in, not just water. If you only have water, you know, fine, right? But if you do have an electrolyte, which I highly recommend buying, put your electrolytes in your water, sip it first thing in the morning, bro, before anything else. No big ass sips around here, right? We want to dilute the electrolytes. We don't want to piss them out. Just small sips so we keep the electrolytes, keep the sodium and the potassium ratio at a good level. So we're not bloated, we're actually debloated. If you do chug it, you're just going to piss out pretty much all the electrolytes that you just drank. So why would you want to do that, right? Just slowly sip on it throughout the day and you'll be done, like, without even noticing it, right? Just every few minutes, take a small sip, right, to get you hydrated. But maybe if you're like working out or some shit, you could take bigger sips, right, during cardio or lifting, right? Because obviously you're more thirsty because you need the electrolytes, you need the water. Your body's telling you, oh, I'm thirsty, I need to get hydrated, right? So in that case, it's valid. But just like throughout the day, right, you're not sweating, you're not tired as shit, right? So just small ass sips and you'll be chilling. All right, so that meal just went down in like sub 5 minutes, but not gonna lie, bro, I fucking hate eating like processed junk and shit like that. Just processed food in general grosses me out. I think it's disgusting. That's why I don't eat any fast food or anything like that. So low key, I think once I start my cut, I'm gonna replace this meal for something else more clean. Like, because it's a pre-workout meal, right? We need hella carbs. So thinking maybe like a few dates, honey, banana, something like that, just to make up for, you know, the processed shit that's in here. For the protein though, because you do need a little bit of protein pre-workout and I just need to hit my protein goals for the day in general. And I'm not doing that like all straight from like beef and chicken, eggs and shit like that. Like I get most of my protein throughout Whole Foods, right? But at least once or twice a day, I'll have protein powder, obviously. Like for example, this meal. So I'm looking at getting like a cleaner protein powder, like an alternative. Not alternative, just a cleaner alternative, right? But I'm doing my research. I was gonna get the Transparent Labs one, and I used to fuck with that back then, but it's not the cleanest one that you can get. Like, yes, it's good that it's grass fed and it's from cows and shit, but I need to get one that's like actually clean as fuck because I want to remove all the junk from my diet. But I do need a protein powder, right? Definitely don't rely on the protein powder. That's something I wouldn't recommend. Like, if you're just eating protein Goy slop all day, like those Pop Tarts and shit like that, like you're not gonna, like, yeah, you probably could make gains, but you're not gonna feel good. And that's one thing about my diet, right? I want to feel good and I want to look good. So yes, I do bodybuilding, but for the health aspect, I still need to hit all my macronutrients, you know, all that shit That's why I eat fruit. You'll see that in the next meal. The next meal is a lot more nutrient dense. This one is not nutrient dense at all, bro. This shit has zero nutrients, just straight fucking macros. But I only eat this because it's good as fuck pre-training, right? Like after school, this is what I'll normally eat right when I get home. Hella carbs. Give me just absolutely fueled for the workout. So that's why I fuck with this. If you guys do know like a really clean protein powder, like that is grass-fed from cows, whey, preferably, drop down in the comments because I've really been looking for one. I've been doing my research. I might get the Santa Cruz one. That shit is super good, super clean. The only thing I don't like about the really clean ones, I noticed, is that the sodium is so fucking high, bro. Like with the rise and shit and like the bum one, like the C-bum protein, that's like what I've been rocking with for a little bit. Bro, the macros are so good on them. And it's honestly hard to beat the macros, but I'd rather have like the good health benefits other than like the macros, in my opinion. And the ones with like the good health benefits, like the grass-fed ones, the macros are just slightly worse. So I could just work it into like my sodium intake, just use a little bit less salt on other meals. But I mean, yeah, I think that's worth it in my opinion because I'd rather have a little bit more sodium and higher test, right? I'm not saying that this type of protein powder I'm going to switch to is going to increase my test, but I mean, from removing all the processed shit in your life, that's probably like the best shot that you got to having high tests as a man, right? That's why I removed microplastics from my diet because, as you guys may know, microplastics just completely disrupt your endocrine system and your microbiome. So by removing that, by using steel forks, glass plates, glass water bottles, right? That's how you're gonna avoid microplastics as much as you can. Obviously, you cannot do it to your full capacity because you go to the grocery store, right? Get ground beef. It's not going to be in like glass, right? But actually, the one that I get, I don't know what the material is. It's not plastic though. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't think, I mean, there's probably some slight microplastics in there, but for example, like there's other things, right? Like you buy rice, cardboard. I don't know. I don't know if cardboard has microplastics though. Don't quote me on that. I need to do my research more. But anyways, what I'm saying is you can't completely avoid microplastics to your full capacity, but you can avoid them as much as you possibly can, right? Like a lot of people try to make excuses that they can't avoid that shit. So they just start using like a plastic fork, right? Like that's just being a dumbass, you know? You could easily use a metal fork, a fucking steel fork, wooden fork, whatever it is. Like I started cooking with a bamboo fucking spatula thing, and that's how I avoided microplastics while cooking, right? Another thing, use a stainless steel pan. Do not use nonstick, bro. Nonstick is not anabolic at all, right? Nonstick is not good for your fucking health. The reason why it's convenient is because it's killing you, right? Same thing with like McDonald's, right? It's $2 because it's killing you. They're feeding you poison for $2. If it's, would you buy poison for $2? No, you wouldn't. So why would you buy cast iron for less money, like $30? $30 to poison you? No, I don't want it. I'd rather spend more money, get a high quality stainless steel or cast iron. That's what I use. I use cast iron, like a fucking Chad, baby. And, you know, that's going to give you more health benefits. It's going to make it more anabolic for you, just in bro terms. But yeah, moral of the day, I'm limiting microplastics as much as I can, right? The government does not want you to know this shit. They want you to consume that shit. They want you to consume the media, the microplastics, but, you know, we're fucking Chads. We don't do that shit. We live by our way. Fucking primal way, baby. All right, so this is going to be the fit for today. Little BD sweats. Nice little designs on the side. Little gray zip up right here. Got a gatekeeper. I got that shit. And then little gray tank, you know, once we get that pump going. Fits like a glove. Fits like a glove, bro. All right, so we got the full fit on. I'm fucking with it, bro. Feeling good today. Boom. All right, so you guys know me, right? I love my heavy ass Tim pre-workout. So the pre-workout of choice today is going to be Souls for Sale. This shit right here is the fucking truth. DMHA, area duransis. I mean, that shit gets you moving, bro. Honestly, though, I won't go above one scoop because this shit already gets me tweaking and rolling. So, basically, just one scoop is all your boy needs. If I take more than that, I'll be like too fucking tweaked even after the workout. Like, I won't feel normal. I'll feel too, like, fucking high on everything. Just, like, high on life, bro. Just, like, on emotions, like, euphoria is like through the roof. So I was thinking, you know, I could have a chill ass workout today, take some Colt, or maybe I could go like a little bit stronger, take some Mr. White, because Mr. White will get you fucking right. You know what I mean? But you know, we're going all the way, baby. We're gonna be taking this shit right here. Look how big that fucking scoop is, bro. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like compared to my hand, it's a pretty big fucking scoop, right? So we're just gonna be dry scooping this shit because, you know, I don't really feel like mixing it into my microplastic shaker bottle because I don't have a fucking metal shaker bottle yet or a stainless steel one. So for now, you know, we're just fucking dry scooping this bitch straight to the dome. So yeah, bottoms up. Oh, the good pre-workouts are always the worst tasting pre-workouts. Know that, all right? If your pre tastes like actual shit, then it's gonna hit like a fucking train, baby. Let's get it. You know what? A little bit more than one scoop never hurt anyone, right? Me going in with like this much more. Just a little tiny bit, you know, a little sliver. Is that a good idea? I don't know, but fuck it. We're on spring break. I don't give a fuck. A little frat flip. What you know about that? All right, this fucking pre kicks in quick, so 5 to 10 minutes you'll be rolling off the fucking wall. So make sure you take this shit and then go to the gym right away, because if you don't, you're gonna regret it. While you're driving, you're gonna feel like you're in a whole other dimension, right? So that's why I recommend taking this shit. And you're straight out the door count. So let's get it. All right, boys. So we just arrived at the gym. Yo, remember this NGA?
Yeah, back again.
Back at it again with Ian. We're at LT Fitness today, and we're gonna be hitting an upper day today. So hopefully it's good. We both took a good amount of pre-workout. So yeah.
Mr. Boy, we went to right.
Yes, sir. Let's fucking get it. Hopefully the Stacy's are here today. That's the reason I pulled up to LT. Because, you know, normally at LT Fitness, the birds be peeping the chads. So, yeah. Hopefully they're chirping today. Yeah, I think. Yeah, we're going to warm up. I don't really like to do warm up, but he's going to warm up. And yeah.
Come on!
Bro, this pre is just hitting too hard. Oh my god. I had to let that shit out. Damn.
Караван сады кушала, как сам. Допивай маты и к делу барабан. Убирай кальян домам. Пармалеи готовят стрелы. Тут пальцы, берегу кальцы. Остальное дело привычки. 0,20, кучва францы. А рядом турецкий детали. Арбалеты, щавагнера, победы. Где-то, где же он монеты? Танцуют их там нет. Лето и арбалеты, щавагнера, победы. Где-то, где же он монеты? Танцуют.
Badass. Hey, bro. All I can say, bro, the birds chirp at the chat.
Yo.
Especially when we at LC Fitness, bro. No bitches be coming through.
The bids,
So,
the birds are coming through,
that's all
bro.
I'm saying, bro. Birds be chirping.
Come on, bro. That's what we doing this shit, bro.
So we're doing this shit like fucking please, bro. Chill drop.
Get the fuck up and go gym.
Oh my god! Wait, I look so jacked. No! No! Bro, if someone on the tour sees, stop. Actually, stop. Bro, if someone's on the tour and they see that, they're not joining this gym.
All tied up, there's a countdown waiting for me to erupt. Time to blow out. I've been told who I should do it with. To keep both my hands above the black blanket when the lights out. Shame on me. Sweet release. Uncontrollably. I wanna go all the way.
So for the first like actual nutrient dense thing we're going to be consuming today, it's going to be the 3 eggs, 150 grams of egg whites, 114 grams of sourdough, basically just 3 slices, and then 50 grams of strawberries, 50 grams of blueberries. Basically, I'm trying to like shift most of my diet towards these types of foods, just very nutrient dense and clean, because personally, I don't like doing like the cream of rice. Like, bro, that is not nutrient dense and it just tastes processed as hell. So yeah, gonna eat this up, gonna soak it up in some sunlight because, you know, my skin hasn't seen sunlight in weeks just because of winter. So yeah, it's not that sunny, but maybe it's like UV 1 or 2. So, you know, it's better than nothing. And yeah, we're just gonna consume this meal and then go to the mall with my boy Ian. And then after that, we'll be on to the next meal after that. But yeah, pretty nutrient dense meal. If you guys don't know, eggs, beef, the most nutrient dense thing that you could ever consume. So yeah. As we're eating this meal, I do want to remind you guys that this is normally my first meal of the day. So I'll eat this before school, get my nutrients flowing ASAP right in the morning, right as I wake up. And of course, I'll be sipping on the electrolytes also right as I wake up. So, you know, start the day off good, nutrients, minerals, all that shit. So yeah. All right, boom. So we got a fit on, hydration maxing, but I'm in a rush right now. So we're going to go pick up Ian and then go to the mall. All right, boys, so we just got back from the mall, feeling fucking tired as shit, but we got like 20K steps today, bro. Honestly, my legs are actually cooked, but yeah, that was my full day of eating. Had to get it out to you guys because it's been highly requested for the past few weeks, so I thought I'd do that today, especially because it's spring break, you know. That's the reason why I did that shit today, because it was like a full-ass day. I mean, free-ass day. But yeah, fucking mall killed my legs. You know what's funny? I'm actually starting my cut tomorrow, so low-key should have done the full day eating on the cut, but you know, we could run that shit back again later in the week if you guys want to see that. So yeah, for my cut, I definitely want to cut out the cream of rice. That shit's way too processed for me. I think I'm gonna swap it for like dates and a banana and honey. I think that would be a better pre-workout meal. Some fast-acting carbs, simple sugars. Dates will get you fucking pumped, bro. The sugar in that, ooh. Natty sugar though, but yeah, I had a pretty good day today. Just super fucking tired. So yeah, really need to get some rest right now. But yeah, and that calls for the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it today. Yeah, stay tuned for more.